Hello and welcome to the next video. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at how to update Windows. So updating Windows is actually very easy, but many people still do struggle with it, mainly just because they have one wrong setting. And in today's video, we're gonna take a look at what to do when that setting is enabled and how to disable it. And also just how to generally update Windows. So to start off, how do we get to see if there's an update available, what updates we can install, how to do that? So to do that, we have to go to the settings. Once we're in the settings, we can simply click on Windows Update. And over here, this is everything we need to manage all Windows updates. So the first thing you can do is you can check for updates. So I just did that like 2 minutes ago, so I'm not gonna do it again, but when you click check for updates, it just searches for updates online on Microsoft's site if there's any updates to install. And if you see any updates available, they're gonna be listed down here. Like for me, for example, Windows 11 version 25H2 is available, and I could now download and install it. I'm gonna do that after though, because first of all, we're gonna go take a look at the update history. Here you can see what has been installed in the past. That's pretty much all that is for. On this tab, you can actually uninstall updates. In some rare occasions, Microsoft does mess up with their updates, or for example, a program you're using doesn't work anymore for some reason, and you've tried everything to fix it, but it doesn't work. That may be due to a Microsoft update. So on this page, you could actually uninstall an update, and that might help your problem. So that's what we see in the update history. From here, you could also use a recovery point or make a recovery point. But that's for a different video. So for now, we're gonna go into advanced options. And here we can actually see some different options. So first of all is receive for other Microsoft products. That basically means that Microsoft products like Word or Outlook or PowerPoint or whatever also get updated with Windows. So that means Windows actually checks also for Office updates and updates that automatically as well. So the next option is get me up to date. That means whenever an update is installed automatically, it restarts even when you're using the PC. Like it gives you a little notification, hey, the PC is gonna restart, and you can actually choose between okay, restart now, and restart later. If you hit restart later, you are gonna have to choose a time where the PC restarts, and then it does that automatically. You could also hit notify me when a restart is required to finish an update, because a lot of updates actually do require to restart to properly install. And the last option here is the active hours. You can configure which hours you're usually using your PC. So for me, I have it set to 11 to 1. That's a long time. You're probably not using your computer for that long, but you can actually, when you hit manually here, you can adjust the hours. So let's say I get home from work earliest at 6 in the evening, and I go to sleep at the latest at like 1 in the morning. So those are my active hours, right? But let's say you use it during a Saturday too, and you're wondering, hey, but I don't want my computer to restart every time I'm using my PC on the weekend. Then you can actually adjust that. You can just go over here and say, okay, you start using it at 8 in the morning, and you go to sleep at 1 in the morning. It also says down here you can max have 18 hours here. So if I went over here and said I'm using it from 12 to 6 in the evening. I could do that, but I can't set it to 7 in the evening because that is over the maximum of 18 hours. Because the PC just needs these 6 hours to do a really big update. That is very rare, but it can happen. So it sets that limit. So I'm gonna set it back to automatically, because automatically just determines when you're using your PC the most and then sets a time like that. So under the additional options, we have some other options. For example, optional updates. So optional updates basically are updates that are also from Windows or that Windows found. For example, driver updates. They're not required to run your computer, but they're good to have anyways. So for example, the new Windows update that was showing up here, I don't need that update, but it's just good to have. So that's why it shows here under the optional updates as well, because it is optional. And the driver updates are just devices that are connected to your computer that Windows found a driver for. For example, I have an Xbox controller connected to my computer sometimes. So Windows automatically found a driver for the Xbox wireless adapter for Windows. So I could also install that if I wanted to. Under the delivery optimization, we can actually check some different things. For example, the Windows computer actually has the ability to download the updates from another Windows computer in the same network and not just from Microsoft directly. That can improve the download speed because obviously it's over a local network, but that may increase the load on another computer. So if you don't want that, you can just let that be on device on my local network. And you can also set it to devices on the internet and my local network, because that way it uses more internet and less any other computers. So yeah, that's pretty much how you update Windows. So let's go over it again. How do you get to this screen? You simply go into the settings, you hit Windows Update, and for 99% of the time, you're just gonna hit check for updates. If it finds anything, you install those updates. If it doesn't, you're done. If a program is not working anymore for whatever reason and you know you just updated, you can go into the update history and uninstall an update. And if you want to check if Windows found any other updates, like drivers, for example, you can go into the optional updates and see on the driver updates if it found any drivers that it could install using Windows updates. So yeah, that's basically how you update Windows and how to use this update screen. And yeah, if you have any further questions, please let me know in the comment section, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.